besties, my name is Megan and today I'm here to tell you all about the best decision I've ever made. And I got a suggestion from my great grandmother to make this video, so I hope you all enjoy this video. Okay guys, to start off with, please ignore the background in my, please ignore the background language in my video because I do not have my own room yet, but one day you all will not have to listen to it whenever I have my room, but it's okay. But about the best decision I've ever made. The best decision I've ever made was to join a relationship with Christ, come into a relationship with Christ. And how it started was my mom, whenever I was little, took me to church like here here and there, but like I didn't really wasn't involved in any kind of thing, and I didn't really understand what Christ was and what Christ meant to my life until I was about maybe about 9.5 years old. Excuse me, sorry, 9.5 years old. Whenever I was riding my bike one day. And actually, it first started whenever my great grandparents called me and like, hey, I'm inviting you to come over for the weekend and go to church with us that day, on Saturday. So, like, I was so excited because I haven't really spent much time with my great grandparents. So, I was so ecstatic. Like, I could not wait until the end of the week to go over there, but I ended up going over there that Friday night, and then that Saturday night I went to church, and it's a Catholic church, by the way, and like I went to church and I loved it, but like I was still like wondering, what is Christ? Who is Christ? But then one day, I think about a week later, I went back to church again. And then, like, I started getting it, like, starting to know more about Christ, but still I was with I was still with a boy that, like, he took me to a Baptist church before I was with my great-grandparents, and, like, I liked it, but, like, I didn't really know what Christ was until whenever I went to my Catholic church, which is where I am now. I started getting more understanding, and like it's just about 2 weeks later after I went to church for the first time, I was riding my bike one day, and all of a sudden I just started praying like, what? This was the first time I ever really prayed and expressed my feelings for Christ. I did not know what feelings I had for Christ until I was riding my bike one day, and all I could do is pray and like turn my heart to Christ, because like it was such a good thing whenever I turned my heart to Christ. And I was like, well, Christ died on the cross for my sins, just for us to live. I'm like, wow, who could do this? I've seen people praying here and there, and like my great grandparents pray, and so like I didn't really understand it until whenever I came into a relationship with Christ, and like I'm like, oh my, I did not know how wonderful Christ is. And I remember that night I had watery eyes all throughout the day, but that night, whenever everyone went to bed, and like I'm still up, doing my thing in the bathroom, like reflecting on, well, mainly just seeing how my day was to myself, just have time to myself. And I remember that night I just was in the bathroom crying, and like thinking about how much Christ has done for me and how poorly I treated him in my younger years. I'm like, how could I do this to such a powerful man, and how much he's done to me? And I was crying and praying, like crazy, like, Christ forgive me, and then really, I told Christ that I believe that He died on the cross for my sins, and I really want a relationship with Him, and please forgive me for all the sins I've done and treated you poorly. Ever since then, like, I remember I did not go to sleep until 1 o'clock in the morning, and unfortunately, it was on a school night, but like the next day, woke up feeling so fresh, and like, and then by the end of the week, like, I kept on talking more and more about. I was thinking more and more about Christ, and so I finally decided to really try to. I talked with the priest, like, thinking about how I'm telling him about I'm wanting to get baptized because I feel like I just came into a relationship with Christ. And before that, like, about by that time, I didn't really, I was still, like, in the clouds with Christ. Like, I just came into a relationship with Him, like, and so it was still, Christ was still freshly new in my mind. And so then I decided, well, before I get baptized, I really want to choose my godparents. So I called up the people who I wanted to choose my godparents, and like my godmother explained to me more about like how important it is in life to realize that Christ is our Savior. And so then after that night, whenever they agreed to be my godparents, I was just so happy. And like it was such a good feeling. And then which was in January, and I kept on continuing to pray, and like then within February, March, April. Well, and then that was in January, and then in April, the priest felt that I was finally ready to get baptized, and I got baptized April 28th, 2012. So 3 years ago. Well, not 3 years will be in April. And so I have to say that, wait, yeah, 3 years. And so I have to say that that's been the best decision I ever made to become a Catholic. And so just have been reflecting a lot on my story since, like, recently now, since I've been baptized, and then 1 year after I got baptized, I was a fifth grader, and so I decided to go into a second grade class to receive First Holy Communion. Well, to go for First Confession and First Holy Communion. I received my first confession March 28th, 2013. Yeah, 2013. And then I was received my first Holy Communion May 6th, 2013. If I think so. Yeah, May 6th, 2013. And so ever since then, which is now 2 years, well, a little under 2 years, but almost 2 years since I have received my first Holy Communion, now I'm going to be renewing my baptismal promises. And as you all, well, right now as I'm making this video in 40 days, so I'll be going for confirmation April 15th, 2015. So this has really been like the best years of my life so far, and like then also like how much Christ has, since I've became have came into a relationship with Christ, how much opportunity spiritually has came open for me. And like mainly is I'm able to actually go to Gasper River, and then like that then that summer I ended up finding out that I was going to a Catholic school. All in 2014, like I found out that, well, after I moved on to my upper class where I need to be, which is in 2013 and 2014, going into 2014. Then in January, I found out that I was going to Gasper River Catholic camp, and Catholic retreat camp. And then Then that summer, which is in 2014, that summer I found out that I got accepted into a Catholic school, which is where I am now. I'm like, how great can all these spiritual opportunities is coming available for me? And now I'm going to be doing confirmation, like I said, in April 15th, 2015, and I'm so looking forward to it. And like this season of life that is great because I've been reflecting on a lot of my story, and I'm so thankful to have such good people that has supported me every step of the way. And so I'm looking forward to like this next phase in life where I'm able to take on my faith. And yes, I've been talking to my godmother a lot about a lot about confirmation and everything. So I'm so happy that she's been able to support me, and like I just couldn't ask for a better Catholic family to support me, and especially my great grandparents and my godparents. I'm so thankful for them and them being able to support me through all the all the bumps in the road. I'm not going to lie. There's been a few bumps in the road in this um like in every before you receive every sacrament. I feel that there's some type of bump in the road, but and in life, like every bump in the road, my great grandparents and my godparents has been there to support me. So I'm so thankful for them, and I'm now looking forward to seeing where Christ leads me. And like who knows, I could be becoming a sister one day if the Lord's offering that, and also you never know what's going to be leading me. And yes, I have actually talked with a sister. I called a convent like last year or the year before last. Oh yeah, it was in 2013. I called a convent asking questions about the sisterhood and everything. So I'm really hoping that I could and praying that I could whenever I turn 18 if the Lord's offering for it to happen. But if not, then I guess I'll just follow the path of the Lord. And so that's what my main goal in life is, no matter how tough life is, to always follow the path of the Lord. And I encourage you other people who doesn't have a relationship with Christ to realize how much Christ has done and hopefully try to get into a relationship with Christ. No matter how bad you've hurt Christ, Christ is always there for you and is always willing to forgive you. And so I'm praying for you all who doesn't have a relationship with Christ. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where Christ leads each and every one of us, even everyone who has a relationship with Christ. I'm looking forward to seeing where the Lord leads all of us. We pray, and I'm especially praying for the people who doesn't have a relationship with Christ. I'm praying for you all to hopefully, Lord willing, get into a relationship with Christ. Because remember, guys, no matter how poorly you've done, Christ is always there for you and willing to forgive you at any moment. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to this next phase in life, in my spiritual life, and have another upcoming event with I'll be going to on this trip pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to that. And so thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed this video and hearing my story about how I have come into a relationship with Christ. Thank you all so much for watching again, and may God bless you all. Love y'all.